responsibility for you. You rolling your eyes and you act like this because you've heard it all before. You've heard it all before. You don't know where the hell I come from. You have no idea what I've been through. But I'm not a victim. I grow from it and I learn. Take responsibility for yourself.
On the 4th of December 1973, Don and Caroline Banks welcomed a baby girl, Tyra Lynn Banks, in Los Angeles, California. When Banks was 6 years old, her parents divorced. Therefore, her and her older brother, Devon, lived with their mother, Caroline London, who worked as a medical photographer. At the tender age of 15, Tyra began her modeling career with her photographer mother as her manager. Joining this industry was a far cry from her difficult experience in middle school, where she was teased for her appearance, with kids calling her an ugly duckling.
I don't know if I'm being biased, but I always knew there was something special about her. But I didn't think that she would take this particular direction in life. At the time that she decided to go to Paris for the first time, she was actually on her way to college. And she wanted a career in film and television on the other side of the camera in production.
Her experience in the modeling industry was not a bed of roses, as she was rejected by 4 modeling agencies before being signed to LA Models. On her sweet 16th birthday, she was signed to Elite Model Management and swiftly moved to Europe, where in her first runway season, she booked a whopping 25 shows in Paris Fashion Week in 1991. Tyra has graced the covers of countless magazines, from 17 magazine, Vogue magazine, Harper's Bazaar, Vanity Fair, Cosmopolitan, just to name a few. There isn't a runway that Tyra has not graced, from top designers as Chanel, Oscar de la Renta, Valentino, Christian Dior, Calvin Klein, Marc Jacobs, and the list is endless. In 1993, Tyra signed a contract with CoverGirl Cosmetics, launching advertising campaigns for the cosmetics company. In 1997, she received the VH1 Award for Supermodel of the Year. She was one of only a few black models to achieve supermodel status. Tyra was the first woman of color to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, and the first African-American woman on the cover of GQ magazine. In 1997, she was the first African-American chosen for the cover of the Victoria's Secret's catalog and officially became a Victoria's Secret's angel. Tyra was chosen by People magazine as being one of the most beautiful people in the world in 1996. In 2007, Forbes magazine estimated her earnings for the year at $18 million. Tyra's television career began on the 4th season of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, in which she played the lead character, Will Smith's old friend Jackie.
Hey, Jackie, what's up? Cleaned up for you. How was the game?
We won, man.
Get out.
So, what's been going on here? Anything unusual?
No, actually, it's been pretty quiet.
Oh, good, cool. So, before I forget, would you sign this new paper for me? Right here next to your picture.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't see why.
Banks started her production company Tie Tie Baby Productions and soon afterwards changed the name to Bankable Productions. Yeah, Bankable Productions is definitely a better name. Tyra is the executive producer and former presenter and judge of America's Next Top Model. In addition, she hosted the Tyra Banks Show, a daytime show aimed at younger women, which premiered on September 12, 2005.
Hey, what's up, E.T.? I'm Tyra Banks, and you're getting an exclusive first look on the set of The Click, where I'm the executive producer.
I read the first 2 books and I was hooked. Absolutely hooked.
Everybody knows about these books. What do you think, B? Perfect, right?
She's a diva more than you know, and she's only 12. And she's a snot.
We're pretty mean.
I know, yeah, we are.
I've met a lot of mean girls, but none of us, no girls were like as mean to people's faces.
There's a message underneath it. There's issues with weight. There's issues with acceptance. There's issues with pressure to stay on top.
I watch America's Next Top Model like religiously, so I was kind of feeling starstruck when I met her. Hi.
She's gorgeous and really tall, and it's really cool to see her.
My favorite thing about this movie is just the
Yeah.
wardrobe is amazing. I would kill for the closet that Dylan Runnell has.
It's like all designer. Yeah.
Everything
So
from her
pretty.
makeup,
Yeah.
this is Vera Wang.
These girls in The Click and how I was at 12 years old, totally different. I was 98 pounds and I was 5'9". I was really skinny, so I became the freak at school. And there was this boy named Antonio Epps, and I was in love with Antonio Epps. And he was like, I do not want that ugly, skinny, tall, olive oil, braces, big forehead, ugly girl. And I just broke down. When I was young, I used to like to go dance with my friends. And I was in this club in Los Angeles, and there was this bouncer at the door. He was around, husky guy, totally, I didn't really know who he was, but I looked at his face, and I said, Antonio? Antonio Epps? And I go, I'm Tyra. I was like, I'm Tyra. And he was like, yeah, I know, Tyra. Like, because I was a supermodel, kind of new supermodel. He's like, Tyra Banks. I'm like, no, not Tyra Banks supermodel. Tyra from school. And he was like, so there's a little revenge.
This TV show ran until May 2010, and thereafter she was involved in a number of productions. The greatest success Tyra has achieved has not come without challenges. Her parents' divorce weighed heavily on her as a 6-year-old child. At the start of her modeling career, Tyra was rejected for looking too ethnic. She also admitted to struggling with body image issues in the past and even getting a nose job. Tyra has said that her desire to become her own boss came from the rejection she faced for her skin color and being curvy. She once said in an interview, "Me being a boss came from pain." These painful experiences created an empathy in her for women and physical discrimination, and her close relationship with her mother and becoming a mother herself made her a role model for countless women around the world. One of these countless women is Tracy Ngeno.
I see Tyra as my role model because we share so much in common, especially her struggles. For instance, she lost one of the gigs for runways because she was called too ethnic. And for me, most of the time I go to auditions like for runways that tell me either I'm too light to be a runway model or I'm too short to be a runway model. And I see the struggles relatable with her story, and it strengthens me to see that even despite all the things that she's gone through, she still made it in this industry. And to me, modeling is a passion of mine, and I can do so much, and I believe I can be more fierce and do so much and succeed in it. So yeah, with Tyra's story, I keep reminding myself that despite anything, I can be different, because modeling is a variety. You can do a lot with modeling. So yeah.
19 years ago, on the 25th of March at exactly 6:30 p.m., a beautiful 4 kg girl was born in the town of Eldoret. Eldoret is the home of champions, and her smile filled the room at Pacifica Hospital. The kind of joy that surpasses all doubts, and true to her impeccable smile and character, she grew into an amazing, playful, clever toddler. Her courage is what impressed most, thus her name, Tracy Ngeno. At the age of 2, Tracy was eager to join school, but due to her father Joel Ngeno's job, she and her 2 brothers had to move from one school to another. High school life for this young girl was inconsistent due to her moving from one school with extravagant facilities to another with questionable facilities. In truth, this was very difficult not only for her, but for her family. Making new friends, learning to travel on her own, learning new places, it was a bitter pill to swallow, but Ngeno never quits. That is what they believe, and that is how she survived and passed her KCSE papers.
Tracy is a really, I would say, very hardworking, a go-getter person. She will stop at nothing to really achieve what she wants. As a young child, I would already see that she was going into a career of modeling, and she would be someone who is going to influence the world. You'd see even from her, what she does, artistic features, artistic skills were already coming out at that age when she was quite young. So I'm so proud of her, and I know she's made for greater things. What I know is she's very resilient. She's gone through a lot of challenges, especially in her, early childhood, when she had to change schools, when we had to change locations time and again because of the nature of our work. But she's been quite resilient, and she adapts quite easily. Her ability to connect and make friends is quite awesome. I'm so impressed, and I just wish her all the best in life and in her modeling career, and I know we are yet to see the best of her.
After school, Tracy was able to explore the things she loved the most, starting with modeling, music, and art. Before joining college, she decided to volunteer as a choir member at her church, where she sings until this day. Modeling, on the other hand, went well despite her struggles. For instance, one time when she was not shortlisted for runway because they said she was too short for a model runway and too light for an African look. All these were quite discouraging, and even still, at the age of 18, she competed for an international crown called Miss Earth. She emerged second runner-up and got the title Miss Earth Water Kenya 2017.
One thing I've learned about Tracy is to never give up. She's been rejected a couple of times, but she'll still push and, really try, which is quite commendable. So we should all not give up.
Her achievements too would be her trophies from high school Loreto Convent Msongari, where she won the most outstanding actress and best junior nursing team in first aid as a St. John's ambulance trainee.
I first met Tracy in 2013 when he joined Msongari in Form 1, and I remember her as sporty. She used to do swimming and hockey, and she was also loud, very loud, and adventurous and a tomboy somehow. Yeah, and I first heard of her starting modeling after we finished Form 4, and that's when I saw she was running for Miss Kenya, and like I never placed her as doing modeling because I saw her as a tomboy, but now when I saw this I was shocked and of course, yeah, supportive, and it's good for her that she's doing this.
Tracy also trained her fellow schoolmates at Riara University for the title of Mr. and Miss University. This too was a milestone achievement. What good is a skill if you keep it locked away? She saw it important to share her knowledge, plant a tree, and let it grow.
We've been friends for quite a while, like 2 years down the line, and I knew her as a model back then when we were doing some street photography. Like before she won the Miss Water, there was some street photography, the TMT photography. Me, Fidel, and Miles were doing in town. We took some shots and also some videos. So that's why I saw Tracy with her moves, her modeling skills, and wow, it was quite amazing. So after like some months later, she contested for the Miss Water and she won it. How amazing. And now I came to Riara University and found her still modeling here with all her beauty, with all her stunting moves. I know she's passionate about it, and I know many years to come, not just now, 2030, she's not only going to be the face of Kenya, not only Africa, but the whole entire world.
I believe she'll be a great model. Yeah.
Family to Tracy is a unit that, as most people know, strengthens one. She treasures her family because they have been her support system, backing her whenever she needs them and by her side. Through thick and thin, they've all been there for her together with her friends. Need I state the obvious, her mother as well, who for the better part of her life was both father and mother to Tracy and her siblings. Tracy has an enormous number of friends. She takes friendship very seriously. One might even say as serious as her family. As we all know, friends are the family that we get to choose. Everyone is important to her. Tracy hopes that in the future, she will continue to do what she loves the most with her mentor, Tyra Banks, in mind, exploring new arts and breaking records, as well as spreading joy to all her friends and family. She hopes that her passion, which involves working in children's homes and outreach, spreads across the nation. Tracy is working to get her journalism degree and with her hopes of working for advocacy for children.